That moment where you're getting down with your bad self to your really silly intro music, and you think, wait a minute, have I turned on my mic yet? No, no, I haven't. Well, better not forget to do so. Yeah, that was me just a few seconds ago. Hello, everybody. How's it going? I am Chun. It'd be weird if I was here and if I wasn't here and was someone else or somewhere else, because I'm me and this is my channel, because, you know, that's why we're all here, right? For the love of God, I fixed those! Admittedly, I fixed them about 8 hours ago, but I still fixed them. Hey there, Zio! Ah, crappity. I don't want to go through all that right now. So, I guess the alert's just broken. Today, it is Marin Mixed Mayhem Season 16, Week 1. It is me versus
I think that number raises a pertinent question.
Oh, that one
What's
worked.
that? Why did they do it?
It is the Pebbly Twig versus Elfing Bad Time 2. And I'll even give you read this out here. Random fact for page number 1. And, well, what do you know about this? It's actually kind of vaguely related to sports ball. In the category of... Hang on, I actually need this to be... You really kind of need me to see this. In the category of... Go, Nads! I'm not making this up, by the way. The Rhode Island School of Design hockey team is called the Nads. Their team cheer is Go Nads! The basketball team is the Balls. Their slogan is, when the heat is on, the balls stick together. I feel like I need, like, that, the more you know jingle to go along with this one. Alright, well, that's out of that. Why don't we talk about something more interesting, huh? Like ingrown toenails and Blood Bowl. First and foremost, let's take a look at our team. Or by our team, I mean my team.
Wake me when the show starts.
It's already been on a while.
Wake me when it's over.
Not that boring, am I? The Pebbly Twig, the Alliance of Goodness. It's 5 dwarves, 5 wood elves, and 1 human. He's the crossover of these 2 friend groups. You know, there's always that one weird guy that brings 2 completely opposing groups together for some reason, and he's... Whereas, if it wasn't for him, nobody would be interacting with anybody. That's not me saying anything about anything necessarily, because it's certainly... That sure as hell wasn't me, I'll tell you that. What's our roster like? Well, let's see. We've got 5 dwarf longbeards, actually. Nothing too special. Mithril Mothril, Golden Gremnal, Bronze Burgle, and Old Salt Sarzarel, and Iron Isragol. I'll get the... These are my team members. I should know the names. The human catcher, Middling Merle. He's in the middle, because he's Merle. Kind of feel like that... now that I'm thinking about it, kind of a missed opportunity to call him Middling Malcolm. Oh well. Missed opportunities. But then we have 2 war dancers, Rondell Redwood and Aberon Aspen, a wood elf thrower, Brolfin Birch, and 2 linemen, Sofrel Sycamore and Liftdoor Larch. The idea hoping that the dwarves can handle the actual front line, wood elf linemen offer are on the wings, thrower in the back to get the ball, human catcher with 8 movement to act as, well, as a catcher. If I need to get a replacement, yeah, we'll call him Malcolm if I need to replace Merle later. Merle being our more directly intended receiver, while the war dancers, there's being, there, blitzers, ball carriers, harrowers, and the like, sackers. It's a plan that I hope will work. There is a ball now? Isn't there normally? I know a lot of teams don't play with the ball, but, Hello, Marin. But yeah, that's ultimately the idea. A little bit of half and half. Try and grind down with dwarves and be elfy with elves. And Merle. You're gonna play with the... Great, all my heckles broke. Just delightful.
What? Wake me when the show starts.
That one didn't break.
It's already been on a while.
Wake me when it's over.
Hello, you two. Here for more fun and excitement? Otherwise, one reroll, one apothecary, no fan factor or other staff. All the last resort. I don't even have your ball carrier yet. Well, a few levels and that can change that, huh, right? Meanwhile, and all of that's even better considering. Watch the VOD back, because Zio got me redeemed a random fact, and we've had one that had this amazing Venn diagram with sports and balls. So there we go. Did you look at your match's results? Yeah, well, in a second. Then I watched Galactichat. I watched some of it. The thing that DigiList linked me was an hour and 45 minutes, but yes, it is very funny. And I think I may have actually seen it before, too, when I thought about it. Zioviana is the elfing bad time 2. It's a bunch of elves. It's the Grand Elfic Coalition, or whatever it's called, the group team. Have 2 elf throwers with Elf You and Elf Me. High elf throwers, even. 2 dark elf runners, Elf This and Elf That. 2 elven union throwers and 2 wood elf throwers with Are You Elfing Me, No Elfing Way, Elf Everything, and Elf Y'all. And then 3 linemen from each of the elves, being of elfing chorus, laughing my elfing A off, and what the elf. Yep. It's an elf team, alright. A lot of pass. A lot of whatever this is, dump off. Okay, some dump off. Yep. Pass, and these ones have safe throw, so a lot of flying of the ball. It's a ball handling team. They're elves. 4 agility across the whole board means even without pass skills, it's reasonably good in this game. 2 rerolls, no apothecary. Yeah, and no other staff as well, so between the 2 of us, we should be willingly able to deal with some things. You're playing Xenoblade Chronicles 3 right now? Well, I hope you're enjoying that. As always, no spoilers. Not that I intend to play it, mind you, but I am aware at least ways of that part of the community. Very careful about spoilers. They are. So at least ways we know what the general idea here is. And the general idea is elves. They do things. Basically guaranteed the APO after this game. Depending. There's usually the apothecary until the first usually half off, right? Unless I'm missing my guess or I'm completely forgetting. But yeah, you got a pretty good chance of getting the apothecary after this. Nope. That's rerolls. Okay, well, it was one or the other. Alright. Only rerolls have discounts on creation. Alright, thank you. I should know this by now, and I knew it was right about rerolls. I just couldn't remember if it was about apothecaries or not. But hey, sometimes you just don't remember everything, and that's fine. which is odd if you knew me for any length of time. I'd like a steel trap 9 times out of 10. I can remember shit from like 30 years ago just fine, but I can't ever remember that apothecaries don't double after creation. Alright, well, it's going, like I said, it's going to be generic elves elving all over the elfing place versus a half and half team that is got a little bit of elfing and a little bit of dwarfing. We'll see if it all works out well. So to that, Zio, good luck, have fun, get out of my chat. Get elfed in the Alf. Ah. Well, it's definitely for sure one of us is going to get elfed in this game. I can only hope it's not me. Oh boy. Oh, it's my turn. Yeah, no, I don't need anything. And he can't afford anything either. Ooh. Boy, it is. I may have made a mistake with this bowl of ramen before the game. Normally, I like ramen, but I think this particular type of ramen is not really all that great. I mean, yes, it's all instant ramen, you know, whatever, but it's probably not, just. I guess this one just isn't all that good by comparison. Look. Ha ha. Same to you, boss. All right. I mean, it's either a ramen or a combination of ramen and a half gallon of chocolate milk. All right. We got defense first, so yeah. All right, turn on, at least raise the grill. Combine separate. Oh, yeah. No, I'm not putting the chocolate milk in the soup bowl. Don't mind. Wait, I might be. Slow your brain down, Chun. I may not be the most disinclined to odd mixing in certain culinary aspects. Chocolate milk in a savory soup, however, is not one of those things I would recommend. Hell, I wouldn't recommend chocolate milk in any soup. Alright, we'll get Brolf and Birch in the back. Middling Merle is ready to be a receiver. Aberrin Aspen and Rondell Redwood a little bit back to react if necessary. Lithdor Larch and Sulfril Sycamore on either sides. And the dwarves, well, they're dead in the middle. Is it the best place for them? Maybe, maybe not. But if I can get a few of them loose and start smacking, and start getting places where it can be a little bit more obnoxious, then maybe, just maybe. But the ball is probably going to end up here in the middle, and hopefully that'll play to my strengths a little bit. All right. Well, time for nonsense to begin. Oh, cool, an extra reroll. And the ball is in Mithril Mothrill's hands. Okay. Now I gotta get off of the whole Blood Bowl 3 controls. I'm hitting spacebar now. What the elf indeed! What a start! There's a blitz here. Actually, I'll knock him down. Nope. Alright, we'll stay him there, and... just be, obnoxious. He's elfing fine. You clever bastard. You planned this joke. Alright. Let's see. Let's figure out what we can want the ward answers to do. Yes. Well, this really changes my entire plan. I was going to try to go elfing. But, no, I guess today I'm going to go dwarfing. I go hitting the space bar again. Okay, well, this is going to be silly as balls. The problem is he gets an immediate concave on me for my doing this. Which he's not going to necessarily do. He's going to try and slow roll me, which is fine. To a blitz, a one die, just a push. Alright. Can't use dodge, but didn't need it apparently. Rolling 2 5s. Good for him. Bad for me, but good for him. Alright. Oh, good. Okay. Where's a good direction to go here? One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3. Let's, okay, you know what? Let's try going left. Okay, stop with the space bar, dude. You can act... All the stuff you could do with a, have to do with a spacebar in Blood Bowl 3, you can do with left click in Blood Bowl 2. You gotta remember this, dude. Alright, let's actually take Aberrant Aspen and blitz into Elf U. Well, I've got block, so... Okay. Could be worse. This game is silly. Or unless I manage to land into an oddly good team build. No, we'll see. Now that's a 2-die into block without it. And he's able to get it, but we're both down to 1 reroll. Alright, now might be the time to try to hammer blow forward. Sean, is that a good idea? No, but the dwarf has got the hands on the ball. I need to be moving a little bit better than this. So, let's be weird. And by weird, I mean dwarfy, as we just get everybody right up in people's faces. I honestly really don't know if I made a good choice with this build. But it definitely seems to be quite versatile so far. Huh. He says before getting into skulls. Stay put. Push that guy off. Seems fine to you. Well, that's at least what's good to know. At least we sure as hell hasn't gone belly up just yet. Plenty of time for that to happen. There's still... I know. And I know you... Yeah, I know I made a bad team. Hey. Sometimes you gotta play good teams. Or bad teams, because you have to have that kind of fun. Me? I need to play good teams every now and then that I know are good, because otherwise I have all the times I try to have fun. No fun will be had. Well, just remember, it was your choice. Maybe other people will, since I won't be either way. You know, that might be the way to think about it too. Alright, Lithor Larch is over on the side in case I ever do lose the ball. As long as I'm given an opportunity to do some punching reasonably effectively. Well, finding the POW, but... Alright. It's Rolfen, Birch, and... Rolfen's my actual thrower. Hey, how goes it? Hello, Kaylee. Well, so far, so fine, I suppose. We actually managed to get an injury on the first block, so that's good. We're operating at 11 to 10. Leap ship. I don't got, well, no, I've got leap on the ward answers. That I'm fine.
You know, I'm really gonna enjoy it tonight.
You plan to like this show?
No, I plan to watch television.
Stand up. There aren't enough elves in the ground or on the side. Yeah, not yet. I've not had a good chance to do any real amounts of punching yet either. I'm working toward it. I'm trying. And unfortunately, I fixed the heckles before I went to work, right? And then they broke again anyway. Alright, I get one dice with block. Sounds like a skill issue. I mean, let's be honest here. It's been a very long time since I've played Blood Bowl, so it's also me just getting the rust off. Like, I didn't go immediately back into League of Legends and played God tier support. I had to play a few games to get it, well, to knock these skulls out, you know? I started using Firebot alongside my streaming software, and my alerts seem to be broken less. Huh. Oh, well. Alright, well, that push saved him. Well, we're both down to no rerolls anymore. Oh, that actually puts that dwarf into surf position. No injury. Good. Bronsberger. Bergrel. I mean, that's an option, but it's going to be red dice. Nope, one die. A push. Into the line, which isn't horrible, I suppose? Oh yeah, he's marked. We wouldn't have gotten it. Alright. Liftor is going to have to run away now. Okay. Man, what a combination. 2-up dodge. How will this fail me? It doesn't. Good. Alright, let's see. Of Elfin Course is right there. Alright, so I'm going to stand up Bronze Burgrow. We have one die with block into Are You Elfing Me? That's fine. I could just give the elves the ball. I mean, that I could, but where's really the fun in that? Not your up. Well, they kicked the Zeo kicked the ball directly to Mithril Mothril. I mean, you're right. They are patiently waiting is so kind. They're being respectful to Middling Merle. Alright. Stand you up. Punch you. Knock you down. Send you there.
Oh, terrific, terrific, wonderful!
Say, is your friend the avocado here some kind of professional critic?
Uh-oh,
he's
there it goes.
You
That's
should go to
done.
work. Try to make something of yourself.
Like what?
Guacamole.
I can see at least that number of different ways you can score this turn. I do not feel like sharing them all because one involves running the ball to the end zone. I mean... Alright, fine. You know what? Like you say, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Fine. Fine! Fine! You want me to do shit? I'll do shit! Are you happy? Are you fucking happy? I had a plan, damn it! That plan was clever. It was intelligent. It was moving forward slowly and grinding shit into the elven dust. And what you all had to think about was how it was entertaining for you. How it would have been better for you to see me do things and do weird, wacky, and wonderful, wild things with my team. But no, I just had to listen to you as opposed to the more rational me, says the guy currently crashing out. And I say no. Gogo would be happy. What he would have said is to hit them harder. Chun, the enemy elf has the ball. No, you don't!
Well, shall we leave?
Why should we leave now? The worst part's over.
You don't! So... I never would have known! I don't think he can actually hand off to the team anyway. He would have had to have passed. Expensive rage beer. I probably should go get a beer. If you want to go with the grinding the opponent down, I recommend hitting them harder and not giving them the ball. Huh? Do it, you wouldn't. Give me a minute. That's the Chun's annoyed scatting. Incoming double failed dodge. Ugh. What the fuck? Oh, dump off. Get out of here! Oh, this is Woo! Saberunthus, you got here just in time to see the fun. Okay, how can... He is not elfing okay. No! No! No, he is not. Okay. All I gotta do is not roll a 2. God, I love Blood Bowl 2 for what I'm gonna be doing. Nope! Okay, rage or not, I will go get that. Hold this be in one moment. Oh, well, elf me. I can step away for all of 15 seconds, and he's already gone and done just that. What did I end up rolling? A 2. Well, that's fine. To be fair, it was the very last dodge. He almost had it. Also fair. He did roll a 1 on the pass, which got auto re-rolled. Okay, you know what? Sure. Well, that ends the turn. And stuns Lithdor. Okay, a 1-die block into that. And then I try to do something silly with Rondell Redwood, depending on the situation. Last dodge, assuming there wouldn't have been more afterward. I bet there would have. Oh, there would have probably been one more dodge. The person that suggested Rage Beer. Oh, I can tell already. It's gonna be a hard night sleeping. Alright, well, regardless, that is 2 elf attrition. So, going forward into the second half, it should be 11-9. That would have been an awfully bad time for that to have gone bad. It would have been funny, but it would have been awfully bad. Yeah. And I can't hit him. And the way such as it is, I can only hit one person. So, how do I want to do this? Alright, let's take Middling Merle. We'll mark of Elfing Course. We'll bring down Bronzeburg Grell to give another piece onto Elfview. Rolfen's fine on the ground because I don't want him hurt. We'll 2-die block into one of the dump-off throwers. Nope. Unfortunate. But let's leap him out of here so he doesn't get a free hit on him. Not like it's going to matter. Zio's going to do one thing and one thing only. Score. I'm scared. Yesterday. Ah. Alright, 2 down. So, unless the weather is changed to sweltering, which from the looks of it, it is not. Alright, we'll draw things out a little bit wider. Gonna replace that runner at some point. Time for the best of offenses. You mean and I can't imagine that you mean a good defense. That is kind of something of a weakness in my team build that I'm realizing. By having all of the dwarves, my average speed is cut basically in half. Oh, another shallow kick. Okay, mid-kick. Not where I wanted it in the least. But, whatever. Try having trees. I mean, sure. Oh, good. He's just going. Yeah, but I see they have the front line moving much distance away. Remember when I said that the line is my average speed is very slow? We'll keep Middling Merle and Brolfen back as deep safety. I could have blitzed into one of these guys, Elfu or of Elfin Course maybe, for a 1-die, but... Or maybe even laughing my Elfing A off. But we'll see. Let's see. Elf Y'all has got 5.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, just hand off to that guy, who's going to take an easy pass somewhere and get that level up. Easy. Sure, not going to begrudge you that. This is dumb. This is very dumb. Alright, Aberrant Aspen is going to fall back and be more deep safety. Meanwhile, here comes the dum-dum-dum-dum, dum-dum-dum-dum, dum-dum-dum-dum. It's GFI Dwarves! If any of this fails, I'm in a bad spot! Okay, well, I've used one of my rerolls, and I know where I'm going. I'm not going to concave him just yet. I need to respond to this, but I am going to a smack of Elfin Course. because he's the one I can hit for free, the freest. Lineman. Actually, no. Elf U is a better target, getting rid of one of the dump-off throwers. Oh, all right. More attrition is fine. And because I'm not feeling up to wanting to do more GFIs, I'm going to end turn there. He's down to 8. And that is a hole. It's easy to get through, but I can also crash in from both sides because I saw fit to be smart. Deep safeties may be too deep, lol. I mean, true. I mean, for sure, Brolfen is too deep. But stay down. He's not going to. Oh, he is. All right. Well, on the other hand, though, I'm not in a terrible position to concave them. I'm hitting the frickin' spacebar again. Ooh, actually, Rolfen, come forward. Damn it! Dump off again! Okay. Huh! Well! Reroll that. And okay. Okay. But now the question. If it weren't for the fact that this game is fucking seeded, I would have thought, oh, maybe, but no, that one was coming up next anyway. It's one dies with block! That's not dangerous! The problem is assuming that and Blood Bowl is the most dangerous thing in the game. Jeebus, this is ridiculous. Comedy of errors. You can say that again. Surely this can't fail. I think the best option here is to play for a tie. Motherfucker. Beer, 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 chiddly beer, beer, beer. Beer, 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 chiddly beer. Oh, in heaven there is no beer. That's why we drink it here. And your friends will be drinking your beer, 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 beer. I often give the water to me son or to me daughter. Sometimes I give the wine to me wife. Her mother's big and scary. She drinks up all the sherry. The baby takes the milk to save its life. My father drinks poutine. I keep his thinking clean. It makes his mind so nimble and so clear. But of all the liquefiers there for me and my desires, there isn't anything as wet as beer. Beer, beer, beer. It's a rage beer, beer, beer. I drink it out of bottles or from cans, or right out of the tap where it stands. I drink it out of jars, under bridges or in bars. Sometimes I do not even use my hands. Well, a long time ago, way back in history, when all there was to drink was nothing but cups of tea, along came a man by the name of Charlie Mops, and he invented a wonderful drink and he made it out of hops. Oh, he must have been an admiral, a sultan or the king, and whose praise as we shall always sing. Look what he has done for us, he's filled us up with cheer. Lord bless Charlie Mops, the man who invented beer, beer, beer. Trickly beer, 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 trickly beer. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. Oh, it's a mystery to me why some people drink the tea. It's only just a bitter form of rain. Fuck! And then without the reason, they drink the nasty squeezins of the apple or the orange. You're insane. Oh, some drink the soda pop till the dying makes them stop. They're lost to malnutrition every year. But for those such as I, we plan to live until we die. Survive by just an empty jar of beer. Oh fuck. Oh. It's a tie! Oh. You know, I'll take it. Oh no, dead MVP. Nearly dead MVP. Woo! Okay. I might have a problem. Okay. No, the second beer may have been a may have been a mistake, alongside with everything else I've eaten today. Oh, that's riding very high. Hang on a minute, folks. I rolled more both downs than pushes. Oh no. Guys, I will be back. I need to go make sure that this isn't bad. I'll be back in a few minutes. Maybe. Terribly sorry about this. Oh. Okay, maybe not. That last one actually felt... Okay. Whew. Yeah, no. Yeah, okay. That one was fine. Oh my god. Two times as many skulls as pushes. I haven't gotten that far yet. It's not like people didn't get a whole lot of points here. I think you got a little bit more. 11, 14, 12, a little bit more, but we didn't get nothing. Pebbly's... Oh, sneeze. Oh, boy. So, yeah, not so bad on those. Leaps weren't that bad, I suppose. Block dice. Oh my god, 12 skulls. I rolled more than... I almost rolled... Well, 5 is non-S. You only got 9, 5 is non-SPP. You know what? Fair enough. I forget to not count the 9. Oh, wait, yeah, you also lost that 5 SPP. What am I... Sorry about that, boss. But yeah, I very nearly rolled twice as many skulls as anything else. Ugh. Man, that was... Elfing bad times, 6, 18, 16, 10, and 8. With 15, 12, 10, 13, 17, and 16. Both downs were in my favor? Yeah, that they were. That they were. With 7 players having block, that's not great for anybody that doesn't have it. So, yeah. But man, that last quarter was an absolute shit fest, wasn't it? But yeah, very unfortunate for your early losses there, Zio. Comedy of errors, like you said. Yes, it was definitely a comedy of errors. That said, it's not like you're walking away with nothing. Elf y'all did get a level. Yeah, I'll validate that. And that is the no, not managed teams. That is the last game of this week. So, very quick week 1. I mean, hell, it was opened the day before yesterday, and it's done today. I mean, shit, we must have been starved for game. But hey, starting the season off with a tie is honestly better than I expected. So, good, I suppose. We just gotta wait for Dehedro Cayley to force that match to finalize. And then we're off to week 2. Meanwhile, I'm told that Digi's game here versus Flying Hazardous Objects was a sight to behold, a slobber knocker in his words. Apparently, one of his orcs almost died in that. So, yeah. Oof, pardon me. You got your APO? Yeah, that's really good. Because if it weren't for my APO, I would have lost my MVP too. So, good for all of that. So, with week 1 in the books, how's that leaderboard looking like? Well, it's looking like pretty split. Kaylee, Digi, and Rylex are tied for first place. with me, Maxway, Kindred, and Zio tied for fourth, and Creep, Marrow, and Shalmer down here for eighth. But it's also only the first week, so people have got plenty of time. As for what we're looking for into week 2, an easiest recovery game to try to get through for another runner. That you do. You've got the hazardous flying objects. That remarkably funny weaponry and ammunition mixed team of small people playing against Zio Fiata's Elfing Bad Time 2. Undead Hollywood plays Kaylee's Lizards. That's not lizards. You've only... Chun, you've had 1.5 beers. Like, this is 4.9%. 1.5 beer, and you very nearly threw up for a minute there because it really wasn't setting well on your ramen and chocolate milk. You are nowhere near drunk enough to read legends as lizards. I might need to go to bed early. The abbreviation of the weapon team is a bad phrase. FHO. According to Twitch. Huh. Or like the or are we talking about like a team type, like the Union of Small People or whatever? But anyway. Stumptown Boys play Periwinkle Blues next week. Beast Friends Forever play against me. The name, okay. Wonder what the hell FHO could possibly stand for. I mean, Twitch is also Twitch, so it could be something monumentally stupid. Yeah, we'll take a look at Beast Friends Forever in a second with this. Xenoblades plays Misunderstood Flock, minus their big ol' rat ogre because he got injured this week. And the Doctor is here versus Abundance of Glory Seekers. I'm not sure how that's necessarily going to play out, but all in all, it looks like a fairly interesting second week. But I really couldn't care about the rest of y'all. I really want to see what Beast Friends Forever has been doing. It's Kindred! You're just confused now. Yeah, I suppose it's a pretty basic position for people to be in, I suppose. Alright, let's see. Beast Friends Forever has no progression. Gotta deal with 2 blitzers with block. Gutter. It's a pet surgery. Oh. Okay. Still not entirely not sure what that actually what kind of surgery, but I suppose people can get a little bit might touchy about animals, but yeah, who knows. Chaos Warrior, yeah. So gutter runners are going to be a problem. Force Strength Chaos Warriors might be an issue. Beastmen with horns, and a goblin with dodge. So I'll get a little bit of usage out of tackle if I'm lucky. Femoral head ostectomy. It either has to do with its skull. No, it's probably the skull. Any other interpretation of head have their own scientific words for it. Alright. Ugh. That's how you know it's been a long day. And or you're dealing with some real gastric issues. I am pretty done. I'll be perfectly honest. Yeah, pretty much the big thing is deal with the gutter runners. Hope the Chaos Warriors don't completely smack me about too much. The Beastmen could be a bit of an issue. You adjust for their numbers, but they're not things special outside of horns. So unless they take blitzes, they won't be doing much. Goblins are goblins. The blitzers, the Skaven blitzers could be a little bit of an issue as well. 3 rerolls, an apothecary. It's apparently replacement surgery for a jog's joint ball where the femur meets the hip. Okay, so I was completely wrong. Gutter runners are gutter runners. Yeah, gutter runners are gutter runners. And they're gonna gutter run. Chaos Warriors are gonna 2-die everything, which I'm gonna be careful of. Beastman could become an obnoxious blitzer out of the blind side, if necessary. The Skaven blitzers with block are gonna be a little bit more tricky, but not so bad. The Goblin, if I can catch him, is going to die. But it's really the gutter runners I gotta be worried about. So if anything, next week I might keep my war dancers back on their possession. Huh? And I suppose with that, what is... And the Wood Elf Thrower, Elf Y'all, the leveled up got leader. Good choice. No, not that's Nerves of Steel. Still a good choice. May that serve you well in your next game. With your, Journeyman Lino. Oh, boy. Alright. What the team plan is? Yes. I mean, your entire team plan is throw ball and ball get thrown. So, like I said, good luck to you going forward, boss. May the squishy and big team treat you well. And by well, I mean flub everything. But honestly, I'll be perfectly honest, I should probably go to bed. I am blown out, but I probably also need to make a clip. The bombers may be a liability. Well, here's a good thing for you. Based on what Digi said to me when he played him earlier today, the bomber is operating very much like Doc Shellshock was for me way back when. Not only did he soak up the first MVP, but he also was injured, so you don't have to worry about him. So, you don't even have to deal with the secret weapon they got. Which I'm sure is going to be good news for you as well. Oh, boy. What do you mean he is up? Huh? I thought for sure it looked he had an injury. Was it just badly hurt? History. He's got an injury here. What? Maybe it was just badly hurt. Hang on. Replay time? Maybe. Because this is confusing. When I click on him, it's nothing. So I mouse over this and it doesn't tell me from here. Well, I guess it's... Well, the curiosity is gonna kill the cat, I suppose. Ladies and gentlemen, switch us over to pull the tapes. I gotta see this. Because apparently Digi said it was a slobber knocker, so... It's replay time, folks. Let's see what happens. Or what happened, rather. My God, I don't even... What the hell is this game? And what happened? Aeonios. That must be one of the worlds from the world name of Xenoblade 3. And that's what I was told Digi's theme is. Characters from Xenoblade 3. World bosses, if I have to hazard a guess based on the naming convention. Versus the flying hazardous objects. There's ogres, there are trees, there are goblins, there are noblars. Digi's team scares you? It scares me too. It scares me too. Alright. Hazardous flying objects on the top side. And Xenoblades are on the bottom. There's the M67 frag grenade, the bombardier. 2 trees and an ogre in the front. That's RPG-7 launcher, M79 thumper, and UBGL M203. Meanwhile, Heckler and Koch GMG and Sauterelle with flashbang. Steel hand grenades, Bayette bomb, 44mm LV and 40mm MV, and M67 frag grenade, bombardier, frag grenade in the center. Meanwhile, Digi's Black Orcs, Chaos Dwarf blockers. There's the kick, pretty shallow. And a quick snap immediately to one of the gutter runners. Yeah, that's a problem immediately. The thing is, even for Digi's Black Orcs, all of the big guys are strength 5 and 6. So they're going to be difficult to get any sort of 2 dies or even 1 dies on. No flings either. Well, to be perfectly fair, outside of like certain skill, availabilities, goblins are kind of objectively better halflings. Same armor, same agility and strength, slightly faster. Right stuff, dodge, and stunty all around. Yeah, goblins are like baseline goblins versus baseline halflings. Didn't I say better armor? Because goblins have 7 and halflings only have 6, right? Well, one tree's taken root. No, you said the same? God damn it, I knew the beer was a bad idea. I'm kidding. But yeah, no. Like, goblins are better than halflings because they just have better stats. Their skill availability might balance that out a little bit, but I don't know if... Oh, good. Okay, that's right. Hang on. Pause. Okay, no long-term effect. That's what I saw. He blew himself up turn 1. Digi did in fact say that as well. So that's some luck for you. And well, since we're already here, we may as well finish out the game, right? Well, at the very least, we answered the question that brought us here. Quick handoff to the other gutter runner. Ooh, nice hit. And then a dwarf blitz into steel hand granat. Knocking him over, giving the gutter runner a clear run right up the left side. Completely uncontested and uncontestable. Well, technically uncontestable. Flashbang can reach there, but it takes a 2 in GFI. Couple of good Zarg dice that aren't going against Digi. And the ogre didn't eat the blitz. But really, Shelmer has nothing that can happen here that can stop Silvercoat Ethel. Like I said, the best he has is Flashbang that can market him. But that's all he can do. And with 4 agility, that's... really a 2-up even in the best and the worst of situations. And he falls flat on his ass regardless. And it's one of the worst of conditions. He's just straight up gone. Meaning the gutter runner can just run right in. But why would he? Oh, I know. That was the start of the turn. Because, let's be perfectly honest. When you have the opportunity, I don't know, one die in the Sauterelle that doesn't even matter or anything, and he's knocked over and he's stunned. You'll probably try to get another shot against another 1, maybe a 2 die. No, you can't get a 2. Well, you could get a 2 die. You gotta need to get 6. You got a 2 die against Thumper. And a 3 die against Bayette Bomb. You gonna run it in? The answer is no. And why not? The only thing that can stop you is a Noblar. 1 strength. He's just gonna stand next to you menacingly. Oh, nope. It's a 1 die. No, 2 die from Batai Bomb. Knocks him out. At the very least, knocks the guy down as the ball goes flying into a double out of bounds throw. Right in the middle of the area. The tree tries to stand up again, tries to stand up again. They both fail. The ogre stands up. Bonehead activates and hits the other gutter runner, who dodges. And Titchy fails horribly. Ugh. Yeah, no. I must consume and imbibe nothing more. Meanwhile, Ghost Bow Juniper picks up the ball. Peerless Riku is supporting. And the Black Orcs are continuing to Black Orc everywhere, which is good for Digi. Ugh, holy. Yeah, I'm either going to sleep poorly or very well. Alright, one tree is finally back on its feet. Both trees are finally back on their feet. One ogre is back on his feet. The other ogre is back on his feet. There goes a snotling. Gonna get into a position. Goblin comes over to support, and the blitz from the second goblin. 2 die. No dodge, so the thrower's gonna go down a little hard. He is stunned. And the ball, not awful, I suppose. And a good pickup from the Nobbler. So it's not like there's no opportunity here. Not much of an opportunity as this Nobbler is getting 3-died with tackle. Wow. I knew this game was more or less coming up Digi, but this game is really coming up Digi. I suppose it is a little bit of a tricky situation here. It's not guaranteed stuff can happen. An ogre blitz into a black orc, knocking him down. That's about as good as can be hoped. Probably going to try to move in next to the Chaos Dwarf. Tree kicks the black orc away, and the second tree pushes him away again. It doesn't stop the ogre from being able to walk any way freely, but he wants to hit a black orc anyway. Ugh. That's done. Mighty Blow coming into play on that one. And Smoldering Kamaravi is dead, but Digi has an apothecary. It's just an injury. This next game. He did mention that one of his Black Orcs had a near-death experience, so there it is. So outside of the 2-0 score that we know happens, Bayette Bomb is injured. Okay, here comes the attrition. Minus strength. And then the handoff to the gutter runner, who is now going to gutter run right into the end zone, because why wouldn't he? This gives the ball back to hazardous flying objects for the next few turns before the half. The KO does not come back. 2 injuries for the flying objects, and 1 KO does not come back. However, objects do in fact have 1 player on the bench, so it's not as bad for attrition, assuming you can support 3 snotlings on your side. That being said, it's still 9-10. No, 9. What? Yeah, no, it's 9-9. As I said before, I am not drunk enough for making these stupid mistakes. Decent start. Not a great catch. Flying objects do, however, have 3 turns to do something to answer here. And for a team of basically throw teammate, it's not the worst thing you could hope for. That being said, all the boneheads going off ain't good. Isn't a blitz? Well, you have to pass. Oh, good. There's more broken heckles. I swear, I fixed those damn heckles before I went to work. I suppose it must be some variety of time limit on those things. It's not like I didn't have time before I started the game. It was like I was sitting here for an hour doing other things.
You know, I'm really gonna enjoy it tonight.
You plan to like this show?
No, I plan to watch television.
Eating a bowl of third-rate ramen. The ramen eggs I make, however, though, are very good. To my mind, at least. I'm unsure what actual ramen chefs might say to that. Never mind what's the average Japanese person. Side step, smack. 40mm MV is injured, so that's more. That puts objects down to 8. Little bit of it out of order there, but there's really nobody better at the moment to be able to do anything. I mean, he could probably try to hold off until next turn to work for the throw teammate, which might just be as well for, I think, because Digi won't be able to respond properly if he can. Assuming, of course, that the throw teammate even works, which there's no guarantee that it will. Good bit of protection for the actual snotling, or goblin rather. So Digi won't be able to directly hit the ball carrier, but he can still stick 1 or 2 tackle zones against the tree. That's gonna be the difficult one. And being perfectly honest, even with a goblin, being behind the line of scrimmage is one thing, but still being 1 step forward is still arguably better for a throw teammate regardless. That being... Oh, well, that's unfortunate. Digi's gutter runner slipping. He can re-roll it, and he does. That's as decent of an anti-rush defense as you can expect in this regard. Not a bad idea. AGS-17 is now also injured, and it does put a tackle zone against the tree. Ogre Blitz, even with a push. That clears the tree perfectly well. And that's an injury on Ashenfeld right. There's a funny thing about one of Pichu's pieces dying in this game, but I won't say why for spoils. Well, we already saw that one of his Black Orcs had to get a death apode. And the throw teammate goes poorly. Sticks up landing and fails. It's stunned. That goes into the second half, however. Respectable attempt if he had landed that. If he that would have been a very respectable way to tie it up going into the second half. 2 injuries on Digi's side, 1 KO that stays out, 4 injuries for the stunty team, 1 KO stays out. So that being the stunty team with 7 players versus Digi's 8. Blinding Sunshine, -1 passing on all rolls. Honestly, could be worse. That was the piece I was talking about, and that is all I will say. You know, fair enough. You'll have to play Xenoblade 3. Random player stunned! Alright, 1 ogre is stunned, an orc is stunned, and a dwarf is stunned. Digi taking a little bit of the raw end of that. We'll have to play Xenoblade Chronicles 3. For as much as I've said prior, I have watched Chugga Conroy playing Xenoblade Chronicles 1 and 2. Undying Blade Ashura is injured. So that brings us down to parity. Or parity. Parody is something very different. But at the same time, we're also dealing with a team of gutter runners. You can score with 1 piece remaining. I hope sometime he starts on X and 3. It's gonna be quite some time, I'm sure. He's not quite done with Heart Gold yet. Heart Gold Soul Silver. But who knows what's coming next? Whee! But I'll be perfectly honest, I'm probably not going to pick up Xenoblade myself. For probably the same reason that I have not picked up any of the Persona games. Whee! I know they're good. I just really don't want to start up another 100-hour RPG. Ogre Blitz. 3 die. He's got dodge, but throws him away from the ball. Smart. GFI on the ogre, getting next to the thrower. Pick up the goblin. Not a bad spot, mind you. Best viewers. Why would I want to buy viewers? I'm one of those weirdos that actually thinks that natural growth is best. Likely bad Vader. How do I get rid of this guy? There, I'll just... There. Ah! Primal Polarization Niggins. What a name. What a name. When I click delete the message, I expect the message to be deleted. But, whatever. Ooh, boy. Well. You gotta appreciate the chutzpah to do that. Well, steel hand grenade is now flying. The ball is not in his hands. He's still trying to knock the trees down with sheer force of character. It's not quite working. And I see that Digi isn't specifically going for the Angrork route of the scoringest black orc in the league. Can't say I disapprove of that logic. Much like I don't disapprove of this logic of trying to push the gutter runner around. Oh, this pickup could go poorly. And it doesn't really. And the trees pushing around Defiant Triton. He's going for it. Walked away to go to the bathroom and came back to a bot. Yeah. Silvercoat Ethel is KO'd. And so is Steel Hand Granate. It's a double ding-a-ling. So what does that leave us? That leaves us 6 plus... That leaves them at a 7? For the hazardous flying objects versus, well, 7 for... Unless I'm miscounting here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, it's 6. Is it? Is there a snotling somewhere that I'm Gilroying here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 hazardous flying objects. Wow! Another ding dong, and Peerless Riku is stunned. This game is full of dinglings. But that does put attrition back in the favor of Digi, who is now dealing with 5v6. Well, will wonders never cease? The ogre has the ball. Heckler and Koch, GMG. But it does knock down Defiant Triton minimum. So RPG 7 launcher, and the skull falls over. Interesting. So yeah, 6 to 5. An RPG launcher is basically, well, out of the game. M79 Thumper just took root as well. So it's not 6 to 5, it's really more like 3 2/3. That was a bad result for double. That was a bad time for double skulls right there. And now Heckler and Koch is, well, going straight down. Where's the ball going is the question. Well, that's an injured ogre. Wow. You know, when Digi said Slobberknocker, I was inclined to believe him, but I wasn't sure exactly as to of how true the definition was going to end up being. The only player that Chalmer has that can do anything anymore, really, easily anyway, is Santorel, especially now that UBGL is boneheaded. And that skull is just bad. Yeah, Chalmer's tilted at this point, and frankly, I don't blame him. And Digi is going to take his Skaven thrower and run it in for his second right there at the final whistle. And there you have it, folks. There's your 2-0 win for Digi. Indeed a slobberknocker as he described it. And my guy, Zio, I hope you're ready for that, because you're playing that, and they're quite softened up. I mean, I say that. They apparently didn't suffer any long-term injuries, sadly. Either that or he replaced the one that did. And I know one of these was a minus strength. Or wait a minute. No, this is Digi's team. This isn't the one that needed to be reset by Kaylee. Did he just replace Bayette Bomb? Or Bat-Eye Bomb? Batty? I'm sure someone will tell me how that's supposed to be. As reliable players and unreliable players, Xeon, Riku, and Juniper are reliable. That it would seem to be. Alright, well. Everybody, we got more Blood Bowl than we expected. So, Elf you all. Yeah. Elf you, Elf me, Elf Shalmer's team, and you will probably elf him too very well. Meanwhile, I gotta go elf and dwarf the Chaos team later. And good night. Yes, indeed. I am going to go to bed because I am stupidly worn out for some golf-eyed reason. And I forgot today was Thursday. I thought today was Friday, and I'm an idiot. A rather good morning. It's only 1:30 in the morning. But yeah, still. With that, guys, thank you all for hanging around, chatting, being tolerant of the broken alerts, being all around cool dudes. Blood Bowl to come, both here and in normal Kren Bowl eventually. It's a pseudo Star Wars themed season because I noticed that we're wanting to start on Star Wars Day, May the 4th. So keep an eye out for that. And I will see you all in the next one. Have a good rest of your day, everybody. Lord knows that's going to be very short for me. Good night. You are correct. It is now Friday.
Why must you fail me so often?